The Monopoly Collect and Win game is back at your neighborhood Safeway with over $250 million in prizes and money-saving offers. Look for products with the Monopoly Collect and Win tags throughout the store and get bonus tickets when you buy participating items. Play Monopoly codes online or on the app for more chances to win. Shop, play, win at Safeway today. See game rules at shopplaywin.com. Monopoly is a trademark of Hasbro and is used with permission.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hi, and welcome to Rolling with the Diva, and I'm your host, Sabrina-Williams. I am here in sunny Las Vegas, Nevada. It is a beautiful day. I think it's probably about 80 degrees. It still gets a little cool at night, around the 50s, probably 60 last night. My sons are thinking that they need to turn on the air conditioner, and I'm thinking you need to get a job because we are not turning the air conditioner on for it to be 85 degrees at night. You better suck it up, brothers, and put those swimming trunks on, but we're not turning on the air conditioner. So anyway, it is a beautiful day. I'm glad you're here. I just wanted to tell you guys, thank you for tuning in to Rolling with the Diva. We are on our, still season 1. We are on our 14th episode. There was a break in between. And to be honest, I am getting ready for a hip surgery on my left hip. I had a hip surgery when I was a child on my right hip. And so I'm probably thinking that there is a lot of arthritis there. But it's been degenerative, and it's even taken me off work. But that was not the real reason. The real reason is I got hurt at work. But that's a whole nother story there. People, how are you guys? Oh, you're well. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. I know some of you guys are struggling with some issues with jobs and with family. But before we start, I just want to say a prayer for everybody. Dear Lord Jesus, thank you for this day, and thank you for all the people in the world, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to do Rolling with the Diva. It's been a fabulous last couple of years. I know we've been up and down with the shows, but we really thank you for your time, and thank you for your tenacity. And I pray for people listening out there right now who are struggling with them finding work, or their spouses finding work, or they are going between jobs. Lord, but let everything work out, and let this show be glorifying to you. Okay. Well, there we go. We are on a roll today, and we are going to talk about, hold on a second. Let me make sure I have you guys on speaker so I can hear everybody as I talk to them. When you're doing radio. But, yes, I do have you guys on speaker. So today's show is I had a chance about a week and a half ago. I was coming home at night from, I think it was even last Wednesday. I was coming home from seeing an opera, and I love the opera because it's fed live through Metropolitan in New York, the Met, and you see it live. Well, Wednesday was a repeat because I missed the Saturday because I had something else to do. So you go there for about 3 or 4 hours. And when you do feed it live, it's an HD screen. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It costs a whole lot less. Hey, $24 is not a bad price to see an opera on screen, fed in live, and you get to see everything that's going on, even in the background, because they'll do their intermission, and they'll interview the actors, give you time to get popcorn. Yes, I did cheat. I had popcorn and then pretzels with cheese, and I even had a glass of wine. And I didn't even know the theaters were selling wine. That was so fun for me. But they only gave me 5 ounces. So I was like, well, that's not going to even get me buzzed. But it was a thought that counts. For $9, I'm thinking they probably should give me like 9 ounces, $1 an ounce, instead of they're probably benefiting more from the 5 ounces than my $9. But, okay, so let me back to the story. I was driving home, and I was on Swenson, and sometimes I take Swenson, sometimes I don't. But that night I took Swenson, and I'm driving down Swenson, and I'm crossing over Twain, and I look to my right, and there are men standing on the corner, people standing on the corner, but they were men dressed in, and you could see their shirts said the new Black Panthers. And I rolled down the window because I was at the stoplight, and I'm so nosy, and I asked the guy, I said, why are you guys there? He said, we're here to protect our people. And I said, okay. He specifically said, I'm here to protect our black people because the police aren't protecting them. I said, okay. So I drove up. I was almost halfway home because I only lived another half a mile up, and I lived in some high rises off of Desert Inn and Joe Brown. So I was like, I U-turned. I U-turned in front of a police officer, but he was so kind. He didn't even give me a ticket. I was thinking he didn't even glance my way. He's probably like, that crazy lady, whatever she's doing, it's nighttime. He probably had a real crime to go through instead of worrying about giving me a ticket for U-turning in the middle of the street, which I thought was very nice of him. So I went back, parked in a 7-Eleven parking lot, and I love 7-Eleven. I was not getting hot chocolate at that time or trying to get points on my card. Pulled up, talked to the same guy, went and, asked him could I, told him who I was. I'm Sabrina-Williams, rolling with the Diva, and I wanted to interview them because I just thought, oh, my God, this is so great, because they were doing peaceful. So I proceeded to interview the guy, and you know what? He started talking to me. I started asking him questions, and he explained the Black Panthers were originally, where they were originally from, Los Angeles. That's what he said. I think that's what he said. Yeah, he did. And, and talked about they're worldwide. And then he started to explain, I'm here only for the black people because we're not being protected. And I was like, okay. I said, but what about, my concern was because I don't see color. And I know that bothers a whole heck of a lot of people that I don't see color and I don't get into the racist. Like, oh, my God, that this race or that race, because I don't believe that Jesus died for one color. I believe he died for all mankind. Now, if you're listening to this and you're saying, well, Sabrina, or Diva, I prefer Diva, I don't believe in Jesus. And I'm going to be like, okay, well, you know what, that's your opinion, and that's okay because I'm going to respect that. But one of the things that I'm concerned about is that if we only make it about one person or one race, then how are we helping everybody else? But I get where he's going because everybody has to take care of their own. I get that in a way. So he was saying that, that they're not protected, that there's a lot of crimes going on out down there on Swenson, and the police is not there all the time, and they're there to protect the people. He even did say, actually, and I was impressed with that they were there to actually protect the black people from their own predators. And I thought that's a good point because every place there are predators, they prey on people who are weaker or they assume weaker or not as strong as them, and they do bad things. So that's good that they want to protect people from that. We continued to talk. He continued to explain. And what I'm going to do, just step back a second, is I'm going to give you guys a link on my Facebook page, and you can listen to the whole interview. Because what I should have did is I should have recorded it, but I recorded it as a video, and so it's not letting me turn it into an MP3 file. So you guys will be able to go to the link and hear the interview yourself. But I wanted to touch on some points because as we got talking, there was a couple of points that I was not happy with. And the one was, first we were talking about, I said, well, I told him I disagreed with some of his views, and then he proceeded to say that, because we were talking about black people being educated, and then he proceeded to say, talk about house niggers, just like that, and house Negroes, and I shouldn't say niggers. I didn't like the word, so I just said, well, what do you mean by that? Those basically are people who are considered Uncle Toms, or they're not black enough, or we don't do too much for our own race, which I find a bunch of hogwash and a boo, boo, poo, poo, poo. That's what I said, boo, poo, poo. So it is, because what is black enough? What is a house Negro? You could be a person who's Caucasian, you sit in your house. So they are a white Negro, or they're an Asian Negro. So I don't like that term. I just don't like it at all because it's not very nice, and just because what you consider I don't do for the black people or my black people or African Americans that you think I should, that's your problem, because I do for my people just like I do for everybody else, because I don't see my people are everybody. Because again, Jesus didn't come up here on the cross and say, all right, Joe White, I'm dying for you, or Peter Black, I'm dying for you, or Mr. Asian Man, I'm dying for you, or Smurf Blue Man, I'm dying for you. And there are some people who look blue, just so you know, just in case you want to know. But he didn't do that. He got up on the cross. He said, I'm dying for mankind's sins. So whatever your belief is, whether you believe in God or not, I'm not here to debate that with you. You can feel free to debate it with me, and I'm just going to point you back to the Bible verse that John 3:16. That's it. God loves everybody, and he died for everybody. That's it. God is love to me. I've experienced a lot of things in my life as a person going on 54, and I just refuse to get into prejudice, because when you're prejudiced or you're only on your race or only on your people, my hands are in quotes, then nothing is getting done. So I want to focus on everybody. But I can appreciate where the new Black Panther Party was coming from. And that was that they want to have a platform so that African Americans or Black Americans, and I prefer Black Americans, can feel that they have a say and they're heard. Now, don't get me wrong. Are some of their points valid? Yes. Can some of the crimes against Black people stop? Yes. But then on the other hand, I did ask him, what about the people, the Black people that are killing their own? 50% of the crime against Black people is not by police officers, not by anybody who's of another color, but by our own. We are dying at 50% rate of African Americans, especially men, by our own. We're killing our own self. So where's the media with that? As I was talking to Steve Bowe today, he was asking me that question. Steve Bowe is the owner of Bowe's Gym, and it's off of Tropicana, and it is just a fabulous gym. It's located. Let me get the address. It's Bowe's Boxing and Fitness Gym. It's at 1801 East Tropicana Avenue, Suite 19, Las Vegas, Nevada. And the phone number is 702-682-8096. You can reach Steve at Bowe, B-O-E, at bowboxing.com, or you can go to their website at www.bowboxing.com. I'm going to tell you, let's just have this commercial break for this, Bowe's Boxing. When we first moved here to Las Vegas, when my son Elisha, or E-Man as I like to call him, was 8 years old, about 8 or 9, we moved here. We started Bowe's Boxing. Mind you, my sons are great, but my sons are not perfect angels. And Eli was at a point where he was just, rebelling, not trying to listen, and he's only 8. And he might as well try to take over the world. But he was having a hard time. So we took him to boxing. He was still giving me a hard time. One day, Eli was just on my last nerve, and I mean my last nerve. Like, it is hard to get on my last nerve when my nerves are a lot of nerves. Okay. Oh my gosh! I went up to Steve and I said, "I'm done with my child. His father and I were having a hard time with him. He's not listening." Steve took him aside, talked to him for about 30 minutes. He came back, had tears in his face, and just said, he sat down, and then he went back, finished the class. We went home that day. I remember Steve saying, "You got to keep on him, be firm. Keep the discipline." He didn't say beat him, okay? He just said keep the discipline. And that day I went home, I took everything away from Eli, really set a structure for him, and my child today is one of the best children I know. I have a 17-year-old named Solomon, and he is a great son too. Solomon does have a mouth on him, and he just has, let me just say, your children are like you, no matter what. So, and sometimes your children are not like you, no matter what. They just it's a trying trial for you, because it tests the verse Jeremiah 29:11, and that says the Lord has a plan for you. So in that case, I can't touch you because the Lord has a plan. So I feel like God got that verse for me for Jeremiah 29:11. So with that being said, one of the things that Steve was saying, and that I was interested in, is why are 50% of the Black people killing themselves, killing each other, and we really are, and that's that. The media's not addressing that. Why aren't they addressing that? Who knows? But is that another article that I'm going to have to write, or something I'm going to have to address? Probably, because it's sad. We'll address that the police are sitting here killing our Black people, or as they say, but that's not the truth. 50%, that's a lot, 50%. There's not 50% of officers, no matter if you're Black, white, green, blue, or red, killing 50% of Black Americans. We are taking out, we're annihilating, we're taking out generations of our own. So that's something that needs to be addressed. But the Black Panther, Mr. Black Panther, new Black Panther, didn't want to talk about that. He wanted to focus on that we need to focus on the police. We need to focus on us not getting educated, not educated, but us being in so-called the system, my hands are in quotes, and being run by the man. Well, what man? Is that Peter Pan, or is that Joe Brown, or is that, Felix the Cat? I don't know what man, because you know what? We as humans have choices. I had a choice, and believe me, if you guys even know some of my history, I was not the best person when I was a little kid. But that's because other people bothered me. Well, that's no excuse. I just was not the best person. So I had a lot of anger in me, because my parents got divorced. all the story, blah, blah, blah. You can blame your parents when you're a kid, but it needs to stop when you're 18. Seriously, it needs to stop when you're 18. But anyway, so I would go to school, and people would say something to me, and they would genuinely pick on me, and I beat them up. Okay, yeah, I beat them up. Okay, got it over with. Don't bother me no more. Then we got to high school, and I was still beating up people, and it was, high school was not the most nicest place. It was a lot of, things going on, but I had good people. But one of the things I learned in high school is, you know what? I'm responsible for my own decisions. I can't blame my mom, even though her and my dad were divorced. I can't blame my dad, even though he was a jerk and he didn't come see me or even take care of us or pay child support, and he didn't, so I don't care what he says, he didn't. And I was angry because I had to eat black eyed peas, and I hate black eyed peas to this day. But you know what? At least we have food. However, when I turned 18, I realized I am responsible for my future. If I want a future, then I'm going to have to get up. I'm going to have to go to school. I'm going to have to be responsible. I'm going to have to work 3 or 4 jobs, and I'm going to get what I want in life so that I don't have to be here anymore. Because if you don't like where you are the only person that can change that. Oh, my God, that's a novel concept. And today in society, not just with African Americans, but I'm saying it with many people, even adults, and at many races, somebody's holding me back, or I can't. You can. You may not go down the exact road you want, but you're going to get to that other road because there is no such thing as you can't. There's a thing as you can, and you just have to maybe alter your path in the route, but you're going to get there if you want to. So I'm not saying that the man doesn't want us educated or being educated by the man system is not okay. Then that's wrong because it helped me. I chose to get to school. I chose to find scholarships. I did have to pay some loans. Yes, but nothing is free in life. If it was free, then it wouldn't be worth working for, okay? So, but they didn't want to hear from me. And there was actually, you guys will hear in the broadcast, there was a citizen who actually offered his opinions, and we sort of kind of got in a little tit-for-tat argument, but I came out the winner because I'm the diva. Of course I did. So you'll hear that. You'll have to listen to that. But the funny thing was that I was able to, I kept my composure even though I didn't agree with them because you know what? They were being peaceful. They had a right to what they believed in, as we all, but they did remind me, I'm sorry, but a little bit of a Jim Jones kind of Kool-Aid mentality. If you're going to be with me, you're going to have to go with this mentality. Otherwise, we're going to have reasons why we're going to exclude you because either you're a house Negro or you're this or that and blah, blah, blah. So as we went on, we talked about different things. As a citizen was talking to me, and I don't want anybody writing me and saying that I'm against rap music. I'm not, because I'm like too big. I can rap. Okay, that's a lie. I cannot rap. I can lip sync. I can't even lip sync rap because those people talk too fast, and I don't even think they take a breath. But anyway, I like rap music. Okay, but what I'm saying is, you know what? Even Tupac was educated. So don't tell me about rappers who don't. If you want to be a rapper, I'm great with that. But you have to have something to back it up. Be a businessman. Start your own business. Own a McDonald's. People can own McDonald's if they want to. It's still part of the corporation. But not doing anything, we're creating generations of people, black, white, blue, and green, that have this mentality that I can't and I don't have to and I don't want to be part of the system. Well, when you're receiving welfare, you're part of the system, believe it or not, and somebody's helping you. So why not get the education and get our trade? Believe me, okay, everybody doesn't need to go to school, and everybody can't go to school. I understand that. But what about a trade? What about getting on, like this, what am I trying to say? What about that you can, I'm trying to get the word out, sorry. What about an electrician, a person who does the wiring? Oh, that's electrician. Sorry about that. But what about a person that does police officer is a trade. It's because you don't have to go to school to be a police officer. You have to be able to pass the academy. If you want to be higher up in the academy, in the police department, yeah, and education is a good thing. Please move, dogs. My dogs are in my face right now. Sorry, they like the show too. So before I do that, I want to just we're going to have a moment of silence just for some of the things that's been going on all around the world, people dying, people getting killed, African Americans, Black Americans killing themselves, and just a moment of silence to observe what you're hearing and what you can take from this, okay? So we'll be back in a second. Okay, we're back. My son was helping me. Hope that's not in the recording because he was saying the word. But anyway, my phone won't go to auto-rotate, and that's the downside of using technology. Sometimes you're trying to use it, and it doesn't always work the way it should be. So that's annoying right now. So I'm trying to, because I wanted to play a little music from Aisha and Lady Princess, and I can't get the phone to go into the mode that it's supposed to be. So that's a bummer. But anyway, as we go on, the interview was really great because we got to talk about, I got to just listen to another person's perspective. And the one thing I learned from that is everybody's not going to have the view that you have, but it taught me as a journalist that you have to give people opportunities to express themselves and to be okay with that. And that's one of the things that I learned from that. So I actually did find the auto-rotate button on the phone. Thank God I saw something that wasn't right on the phone that it was supposed to be, and I got that. So I'm now able to, I'm going into the studio part of the podcast, and there it turns, now it's turning, and I am going to be playing music because I love music. And here we go. Who are we listening to today? Here we go. Might be going. Let's see. I thought we were going. You know what I love Blog Talk Radio? Because it has so many technicalities on it. And if you're live, you can only just laugh and just go with it and just, like, not scream and pull out your hair. Because you're like, oh, my goodness. I think it's just testing my faith. I think it just likes to do that. So here it is. I'm not going to say here we go until we actually go.
Should I do this? I feel so bound. I just gotta break free. Let's go. I'm so tired of living underneath when there is so much more inside of me. It's time to get turned up. It's time to get turned up to Jesus. It's time to get turned up to Jesus. Turn up the world. It's time to get turned up.
Thank you, Lady Princess, for that wonderful song, Turned Up for Jesus. So, as we continued the interview, and you guys will hear it, it's about 26 minutes. It was just really, awesome to, again, as I said, to just be able to listen to somebody else's views, maybe not agree with them, but that's one of the things I think as journalists that we have to do. And one of the things that I just wanted to be able to express that not all Black people, as I do, I don't believe in all the things that Black Panthers do. Do I believe that they're trying to do good? Yes. Do I believe that they're trying to create divide? I still do think that, just like the KK Klan is trying to create divide. So sometimes to just, let people have their voice, you take from what it is and from what you get from it, and you're okay with that. So that was it. I just want to also just remind everybody that I appreciate you listening to Rolling with the Diva and staying tuned to my show. Had a little bit of technical difficulties today, but we got past that. The show is going to be starting to go for more than an hour. We're going to have more music, more live guests, and just want to be able to talk to you guys and have you guys call in. So thank you for listening to Conversations with the Diva. Rolling with the Diva, that's my old name. Maybe I should go back to that, Rolling with the Diva. I appreciate you guys. Have a great week. And remember, if you're struggling with depression or call 211 in your local area. Every state has 211. Internationally, it might be something different. But there is ways to get help. Sometimes I know it's a money factor and people don't want to get help. Or maybe you're that person thinking, I don't need help and I'm fine, and then you're wondering why you don't have no friends, because you just don't want to admit that you need somebody to talk to, maybe you need medication. Who knows? But you're just like being your own. You're just self-soothing yourself. So be honest with yourself, evaluate yourself, look internal, and say, what can you do to help yourself, and then get some help for that. Maybe you just, like I said, need somebody to talk to. I fight depression. I take my medicine. I eat right. I get sleep. And I try to not let people get on my nerves, which is not always easy. But then not let life overwhelm me. That's why I love traveling. And in the future, you're going to be hearing a lot of shows that are live from different places, because traveling, everybody should do, because it resets your mind, your soul, and your body. And actually, you meet new people and do new things. I'm going to be talking about my show, doing clinical research is a new job, so I'll keep you guys in tune to that and abreast of that. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you for listening. If you need to contact me, or you want to comment on a show, or you need somebody to talk to, please email me at cvwtdiva@gmail.com. And I will put the link for the actual interview when I post this, so you guys can actually see it too. All right? Thank you, and have a great, great, great day. Love you all, and peace out. And I'll end it with my favorite artist, Miss Brick City.
This is a big kitty.
Yeah, paying homage. R.I.P. to Bobby Christina and Whitney Houston. I'm going to do this in the love of them, but it's a love song, though. Yeah.
Play the Monopoly Collect and Win game at Safeway with over $250 million in prizes and money-saving offers. Use your club card this week and get 40% off Purdue Fresh Chicken. And stock up on your favorite drinks. Pepsi, Canada Dry, or bubbly sparkling water. Selected sizes and varieties are 3 for $11 when you buy 3. Shop, play, win at Safeway today. See game rules at shopplaywin.com. Monopoly is a trademark of Hasbro and is used with permission. Play the Monopoly Collect and Win game at Safeway with over $250 million in prizes and money-saving offers. Use your club card this week and get 40% off Purdue Fresh Chicken. And stock up on your favorite drinks. Pepsi, Canada Dry, or bubbly sparkling water. Selected sizes and varieties are 3 for $11 when you buy 3. Shop, play, win at Safeway today. See game rules at shopplaywin.com. Monopoly is a trademark of Hasbro and is used with permission.